Our task here today is to talk specifically about that issue of the economic benefits of higher education and really how higher education can and should be playing a role in improving the economy of our country. In fact, from Lumina Foundation's vantage point, higher education may be the most important driver in helping the country get back on its feet and ensure its long-term economic success. For the nation, increasing high-quality degree attainment is probably our top social goal in this country. Not only is it important for us to achieve those benefits that I talked about, those social and economic, public and private benefits that come from higher education, but it also, I think, has an even more important value, and that is it represents our collective well-being as a country. Higher education in the modern era, post-secondary education of any form, leads to so many cascading benefits for our nation that it's often difficult to quantify. And so I think that these issues of how we can better connect our workforce development, how we drive the job creation agenda in this country, and what skilled people who have post-secondary education actually contribute to that agenda is a very, very important part of our social policy and our national policy conversations as a nation. And we're pleased to have the opportunity to spend some time with you this morning talking about those issues.
It is the case, and pretty much agreed to by economists who study these things, that the value of post-secondary education has become paramount in determining who gets access to middle-class status in America, and that is both a good thing and a bad thing to the extent that it moves opportunity towards merit in educational terms. It renews and affirms our values as individualists, the values we share in all of our politics, I think. It's one of the things we have in common, the notion that individuals should make progress as against institutions and large groups of individuals. It confirms our biases as a culture, but at the same time it becomes a new barrier for people who don't get access to post-secondary education and training, and even beyond that, the stratification of the post-secondary education and training system, and it is increasingly stratified with the upper middle class white Americans moving up the hierarchy in the four-year schools to the more selective schools, and the African Americans, Hispanics, and lower income and working class people moving down into the least selective four-year schools, concentrating overwhelmingly in the two-year community colleges and out of the system altogether as they get bumped. And the recession in itself has been devastating. There are lots of people out there who aren't doing well, who have college degrees. When it rains long enough and hard enough, everybody gets wet. College graduates, PhDs, people with all kinds of qualifications can't find work or can't find work that is worthy of them. And that's very clear. On the other hand, the relative differences in unemployment rates and underemployment rates by level of educational attainment follow in very regimented fashion the way you'd expect. We may have more than 10% unemployment in new college graduates, but we've got more than 25%, I think it was last month, in unemployment for high school graduates. So it's all relative. Still, the best umbrella in the storm is either to go to school and graduate, or as long as you can in a recession, stay in school, especially a post-secondary institution.